And that is what's going to make him even better. Like this whole thing put together is going to make him ultra contrarian. Could it blow up in our face? It could, but at 5,500, he could get a garbage touchdown for you. He goes 79 yards on the ground and he catches 25, 30 through the air. Nobody's going to have him on their team. Get him on your team. Why not? And I'm going to be a poster boy right now. Alex Collins isn't the best play, but Alex Collins can definitely get it done. If within, he usually gets around like 15 catches in a game or touches in a game. And that's fine for me. And now we're down to the 5,200s. And usually I don't go really cheap at running back because we already know where we're all going here in a minute. But that's why I'm bringing up Alex Collins. And I'm also bringing up Antonio Gibson as pivots from Deontay Johnson, because everybody in that's like a free square right now. Like you're looking at Deontay Johnson and he's 4,700. That's my flex. Straight up, that's my flex. And I'm going to stack Christian McCaffrey with him, and I'm going to make sure that everything else kind of works with that as well. And that's what we try to preach at drroto.com. It's lineup construction. You want to get those cheap guys in, but if you feel that you need to pivot, then pivot so that you can get to that next level of payouts rather than just doing the double ups and saying, hey, I feel good about it. You don't want to feel good about that. Let's get over to the wide receivers. Of course, A.J. Brown has a juicy matchup, and they're going to throw the ball all because they don't have Derrick Henry. And I know that Adrian Peterson can't be that in football shape yet. So that being said, you're going to look at Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball a ton, and that's going to be great for A.J. Brown, who over the past 2 games has 11 targets each. And even before that, he went 99. So if he's getting the ball, this is opportunity for touchdowns. And this is opportunity for you to win. And the price tag is expensive, so I don't really want to pay that up for that. But if I was going to go big, of course, it's either Adams or him. It kind of has to be him right now because everybody's going to be on Adams. Why not sway to A.J. Brown? So when you slide on down, you immediately see that Mike Evans really has nobody around him. He's 6,900, and Tom Brady's going to end up throwing him at least 10 targets. I mean, he got 4 last game, 10 previous, 4, 8, 12, 10, 9. Those are all of his last few games. You see a trend. This is it. This is where he's going to just explode because really there's nobody out there. I mean, Ty Johnson, cute, but let's get real. When you get close to the end zone, you're going to start looking for Mike Evans. This could also work out for Fournette out of the backfield as well. I'm not really on Fournette as a runner. Some weeks I am, some weeks I'm not, but I could see him getting some catches if you have Fournette or any stakes or any ideas that you might want to play Leonard Fournette. Moving along, Deontay Johnson is definitely going to be overlooked. Everybody's kind of around his level at that 6,800. And when you see Mike Evans, you're going to either pay up for Mike Evans or Deontay Johnson. And when you make with nobody really around him, the Steelers never really seem comfortable throwing the ball to James Washington. And Ray McLeod does return punts and kicks. So that tells me he's not going to get that many targets, but he'll be part of the game plan. This is where like Pat Freiermuth is going to get highly involved. That being said, let's move it down to Mike Williams at 66. I've already brought up Justin Herbert. I've already mentioned Mike Williams. And at 6,600, if you're going to go high or if you're going to just pay up for running backs and you want a good quarterback and then say Evans is your high, mix him with Mike Williams and then go real cheap at receiver and you'll be all right. Don't be scared about Michael Pittman either. And do not forget about Adam Thielen. Everybody always sleeps on Adam Thielen. And what happens? Adam Thielen scores 2 touchdowns and goes for 112. Let's have this happen. This game's going to be high scoring. I mean, really, Dalvin Cook's going to just bust loose. But don't forget about Adam Thielen. Now, when you get down into the cheaper ranks, you're looking at Cole Beasley and Jarvis Landry. Yes, Jarvis Landry will be involved as always, but for some reason, Cleveland never really likes to throw the ball. It's so weird that Baker Mayfield doesn't have that many touchdowns this year. And it feels like he should have more, especially with a running game like that and people and teams focusing in on that. How are you not completing these passes? And it always seems like Landry was always doing that like little side skirt and stuff. And it's always a tight end that makes a play down the field. Like, can a receiver like Peoples-Jones make that? Because that's their dude. But for some reason, they don't really pull him in and out. And then he's hurt. Then he's getting deactivated and costing me zero, giving me a zero. And then it's just a mess sometimes with this passing game. That's why Odell went to the Rams. Yep. Horns up. Oh, yeah. Because it's just, it's Bantha fodder. Marquez Callaway at 5,100 is probably the cheapest. I'm going to start looking at receiver. You could go, Peoples-Jones is 4,800. He's definitely going to be in part of the game plan. Zacchaeus always gets involved too, but I'm just not going to play him. I'm telling you that. I'm not. Even my ultra contrarian self will not play that. So if you're gonna spin dig and get weird, you could do some Ty Hilton, but definitely Marquez Callaway. I'm seeing him finally get the ball a little more. He's got Traquan there and things are going, but it seems like he's getting that touchdown stuff going. And that's big. I mean, he did score that touchdown and he doesn't really catch more than 3 balls, but what do you expect for 5,100? You're taking a shot. If you go cheap at defense, you can at least pay up for a receiver. Other than that, this is your guy. Oh, yeah. Let's get over to tight end. Kyle Pitts is definitely number 1. I want to love Hawkinson, but man, Jared Goff is always garbage. And it's cold up here in Erie, PA. So I don't think Pittsburgh can be that much better down there. So, that being said, with the win that usually is in Three Rivers, Heinz Field, whatever you want to call it, whatever your heart may desire, this is exactly where you're going to be at. And it's not cool to me. I like Dallas Goedert, like 4,700. He's going to get the ball. You can't deny it. Look at 6 targets, 7 targets, 5 targets. This is a game that they finally can win a game because Denver isn't really impressive. And then Philly is never impressive until garbage time. But even in the garbage time, they should be able to outscore Denver. So that's just setting up at least a great game for Dallas Goedert. He will be ultra contrarian because nobody's going to be looking at him because of Denver's, and their defense is strong. But that is a guy that can get the play, and a lot of people are bringing up Devonta Smith. But Dallas Goedert will be the guy over the middle. We're going to slide on down. Noah Fant, the other tight end in this game. I've suggested Noah Fant practically almost every week. And at 4,300, facing the 32nd ranked defense against tight ends, it just spelled that's roster, that's salary, that's targets, that's just great play. Get him in your lineup. But if you want to go cheap, you go like I did last week with Muth. Pat Freiermuth is getting the targets. It's Deontay Johnson and him. I'm telling you, James Washington's good for a long catch touchdown, but when he has to work over the middle, like what Juju did for the Pittsburgh Steelers and what Claypool does for the Steelers with those long balls he catches in coverage with all draped on him, James Washington doesn't do that. Ray McLeod is not going to do that. That's why you're going to see Pat Freiermuth get a lot of targets. And at 3,900, I'm all in. I am all in. After that, it's either Dan Arnold or Tyler Conklin. Those are the only other guys that are going to get as many targets, are cheap, and will be ultra contrarian. Of course, a lot of people will be going for, Conklin or Freiermuth or Font, mostly Pitts. That's how you sneak in Dan Arnold. Watch it. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. You have a great day. Get that cash on tomorrow. And always remember to bring the pain. May the points be with you. Oh, yeah.